Hello and welcome to another Thursday Live. I am your host, Dr. Jerry Dreessen with the AOPP, and we've got some pretty good news going on here. Thanks to all of, I would say, Lauren's hard work working with Oklahoma, we now have it's a pretty big update. There's a new standard for animal PEMF and also a major win for your professional certification. And what is going on in the world of animal PEMF is that they have in Oklahoma put together a new standard for animal PEMF. And those of you that have been following, they were kind of waffling on, allowing vets to do PEMF versus people like you who have businesses that work on it. And we went in and told them about the AOPP, what we're all about. And so their House Bill 3239 proposes a certification pathway for animal PEMF. And so it recognizes the AOPP certification within the state framework. And then it also kind of signals where professional PEMF is heading nationally. As far as in plain English, annual state certification for PEMF providers working with non-humans and oversight through the State Board of Veterinary Medicine or Medical Examiners. So if it is enacted November 1st of this year is where it will go into effect, and it will require instruction plus the AOPP or board approved certification, and then a $200 annual fee, but also endorsement from a licensed vet, and then liability coverage, and then 4 hours of continuing education by July 1st. So that is what's in the hopper. It's actually, I think it's a big win. It legitimizes your business and what you're doing, and also allows the state to allow it to happen without any shutdown. So we consider it definitely a win. And why this is a big win is that it's a Association of PEMF Professionals, of course, getting recognized as a certification option. And then states are signaling value in third-party professional standards, but also professionalism is moving from theory to policy. So the credibility will increase with the regulators and veterinarians, and then also the public. So lots of reasons why we started this, literally over 10 years ago, to be able to reach these kinds of points where the vets are like, well, what are we going to do with this, group of people that aren't vets doing PEMF? And we wanted to be present to say, we will take care of that for you because we are standardizing what everybody does. So hats off to those of you that are AOPP members, and also to the legislature for allowing us to be a part of that to help you out. So why this is big for the PEMF community is this is what a professional group looks like. So there's a defined lane, there's clear expectations, continuing education, and risk management. And then the market impact is clients begin asking about certification. Veterinarians collaborate more on being more readily acceptable to you coming in, and then standards become a competitive advantage. So if you have the certification, you've gone through it, there's going to be, the doors will be open for you as opposed to potentially getting closed on the events that you're going to. And then as far as professionalism upgrade on how to respond, again, just treat this as a responsibility, not just a win. If more states follow this model, again, it's, well, we're seeing it as Oklahoma is going to start the process. They're going to be the first state to do this. And now, 49 more states, if they decide to go, they'll be looking at the Oklahoma model as far as what to do. So they've already done the hard work and they've vetted us as part of the process to help you out. So those of you in other states that are thinking about prohibiting you from doing PEMF, Oklahoma is now setting the standard for you too. So again, it allows you to be the professionals that you want to be recognized for, and couldn't be happier for this moment. Some scope state safe communication is non-negotiable. So, you do not diagnose, you do not promise outcomes, you do not claim to treat disease, and it doesn't replace veterinary care. And that is the lane that we don't walk in unless you have a degree, unless you are a vet or a medical professional, then you can do that, even though we wouldn't certain claims that you still can't make because there's no proof of it. So you don't want to promise the moon to somebody if you can't deliver it. And then instead emphasize comfort and recovery routines, relaxation and wellness support, and then referral and collaboration when medically necessary, which is all the stuff we teach. And that's why Oklahoma's like, we want you to be in on this, because we are creating the lane for practitioners, which is awesome. And then as far as documentation, your operations should reflect the lane that you want. So, as far as best practices, clear informed consent, consistent session notes, clear scope boundaries, and transparent client education. And then building trust with veterinarians. So, be in the PEMF lane, refer appropriately, and communicate professionally, which you're already doing. That's the great thing about this. 95% of you are already doing this, and the other 5% are just finding out what you should do. So we're in a great place for this to happen. And then be renewal ready. So 4 hours of CE annually, appropriate coverage, and ongoing risk management. We as the AOPP are positioned to create the certification hours. So if we can provide 4 hours of continuing education every year for you, then your needs will be met. And as an AOPP member, we will be able to provide that to you. I don't know yet how that's going to look, if it's through us or if we need to bring in, a field expert. So more on that as it happens. Again, we've got till November really to fully package this all up for you. And then the Oklahoma system nationally is most likely going to become the template. So it's going to be a workable balance of, state oversight, third-party certification, like I said, the veterinary collaboration, insurance, and continuing education, like we were talking about. And what you should do as a member is to stay certified, avoid any kind of hype, practice with documentation, and find out, what works in your groove, what works best for you, and then collaborate professionally with what's going on, and then participate in advocacy. So coming on board, the AOPP allows all of that to happen, and we'll have more steps on the way. And now that we are part of the process versus knocking on the door, asking to be part of the process, which is, again, I can't tell you how awesome this is. So final thoughts on this whole process is we don't just want access. We want a respected professional lane for PEMF practitioners. And then my suggestion, those of you that are in a business using PEMF and aren't, to get certification and to stay current and to practice like a professional. I mean, that's how you wanted to be treated. That's how we want you to be treated. So now you just get to put on your professional hat, and in Oklahoma, you're good to go, right? So again, those of you just joining, you can go back and rewind. Those of you that are watching the recording, this is our big announcement that we just got handed over to us with Oklahoma. There's a new standard for their animal PEMF, and it includes the AOPP as the people to provide that. So again, we are so happy to be a part of that process. And like we are saying in the AOPP water cooler, we've got 49 more states to go, and which would be awesome. Those of you that are already AOPP members, you just keep doing what you're doing, and we've got it all for you. So thanks again for your time on this. If you're wondering what this is all about and you've got a business where you're doing PEMF or you're doing PEMF on other people's animals, this right now, what we're talking about is just on the vet side. It's for non-human is the clause. But if you're interested, reach out to us, become a member. And there's a whole bunch more going on inside membership than just certification. There's lots of benefits involved too. If you have any questions about it, or if you are a member or you are out on the field and you're doing stuff, you have any tips for us, definitely reach out to us, info@pemfprofessionals.com. And again, like and share if you are a Oklahomian. It's okay. As an aside, it's kind of funny, but my high school years, I was in a musical. The very first musical I was ever in was Oklahoma, and I played Will Parker. So I guess you in Oklahoma have a special place in my heart. So I'm glad that it's you and that we're getting this taken care of. But those of you that are in Oklahoma or know somebody in Oklahoma that is a PEMF user, grab a link and send this out to them. You can share this on your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I've been having some audio issues, and I think it's because we were live streaming on LinkedIn. So by removing that, I think this is going to be a smoother production. So sorry, LinkedIn, I wasn't able to send it out to you this time, but it doesn't mean that those of you that are on LinkedIn can't share this with other people. So with that, I want to wish you not only a great week, but also happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget to send dark chocolate to those that you love, right? And we'll see you again next week. With that, take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.